Reflecting back, the number one goal we had when we started the season was to win the conference. And that allows you to do the things that everybody puts as a higher priority, and that's making the NCAA tournament and having an opportunity to make noise there. You have to get in. And I don't think in the history of our league, if you win the league or tie for the league, you don't get in. So we would hope that we would get in. And to win a league, to be a co-champ of a league over an 18-game schedule, given the demands that are placed on it, is significant, and I think everybody knows that. So we're very proud of the accomplishment. Now we look to the next chapter, which is what everyone will remember, and that's postseason play, starting with conference tournaments. So that's what we're looking at now. We will play one of the last two teams we played. So they both will be fresh in our memory, and we look forward to an opportunity to go to Vegas, and our goal is to play and win 3 games. So we are excited about that, and that's our next step. Any questions?
How do you prepare differently? In other years, you know right now who you're going to play, for most years. How do you prepare not knowing who you're going to play, and they're two kind of different teams?
I think what you do is you prepare yourself. You prepare San Diego State to get better. And we will look at some film with our players on both of those teams and show things that we did, they did, things that we will try to do a little better. Try to anticipate what they may attempt to do to us that could be different, and prepare that way. I don't think it's a big deal. One of 2 teams, it's not like we haven't played either of them recently, one Saturday and one Wednesday, so they'll be relatively easy for us to prepare for 2 teams, so that should not be an issue. They'll be playing a game. So their focus, as much as they'd like to focus on us, both teams will be focusing on one another. So we should have an advantage, a distinct advantage there, back-to-back games for whoever we play, and we will be prepared for either team.
Steve, I know that over the years, and it's been well chronicled, that everybody kind of points to your hallmark or your calling card as being defense. Where does that philosophy come from you and in your background? I mean, where did that all start?
Defense, you say?
Yes. I mean, your teams are always seem to be labeled as being really good defensively. Is that something you've always put a stress on?
I think if you go way, way, way back to when you were a player, we all wanted to have the ball and shoot. Everybody wants the ball to play offense. When you start coaching, you say, okay, now I'm more worried about we than me. What do we have to do to win? And I think most people that have been involved in the game, for any length, say if you can guard someone and rebound the ball, you'll have a chance to be successful. So I think probably when I became a head high school coach that you look and put more of a premium on it. I've worked with and for a lot of really good coaches that all emphasize defense, but most importantly, all emphasize the team, first and foremost. And that's, defense is never the glamour part of the ball, the glamour side of the ball. Everybody wants to see the dunks and the layups and the fast breaks and the points, and we all look first at how many points do we score. So I think when you start playing unselfishly, you take pride in how you guard. So no answer to long oratory by me. I think a long time ago that we felt the need to play really good defense. They got it?
Your feelings on the whole tournament in Vegas are well documented. And usually when you ask coaches who would you prefer to play two teams in a tournament setting, they say, it doesn't matter. But in this case, does it matter? Would you prefer to play Nevada because you won't be playing them on their home floor in their home arena?
Well, I'll reserve my comment on that. We're going to play who we play. So I am a proponent for not having it on someone's home court. The sizzle going to Vegas is apparent. The excitement there is as good as, if not better, than any postseason conference tournament that there is. It's as good as there is, period. And I like that, our players like that, we all like that, but it would be even moving it to where the Pac-12 play, or to the Orleans, which is too small, they say. The new arena that's being constructed, we saw the shell of it when we went last time, the new one that's supposedly being built for hockey. I think it's supposed to seat 16,000. I think that might be something that down the road, when our contract expires, that we should explore to at least move it out of the Thomas and Mack, I think.
And one other question about JJ. Do you think people really appreciate what he brings to the court? The average fan, the media. He was second team in the all-conference media voting. Or do you think only coaches really truly appreciate what he brings?
I think they do. I think they do. I was surprised when J.J. O'Brien was not put on the first team in the media poll. He is so valuable to the success of our team, and especially the second half of the conference season. I think that became very apparent to not only us at San Diego State, but to our opponents. So for him to be the 9th or 10th place vote getter, I was surprised. I've always been a proponent, when you win, everything else takes care of itself. Everybody's vote rises when you win. And usually when you win, the winning teams are laden with the accolades. And Leon Rice, I believe, got the Coach of the Year in the media vote, justifiable. Derek Marks got the Player of the Year in the media, justifiable. I would say that J.J. should have been right there with a little bit of debate in my mind. Well, could you say that J.J. O'Brien should have been the Player of the Year in the league? So we'll see what the coaches say, the ones that played against him, to see if he's first team, second team. I know J.J. would like to be on the first team, but you had him up there. Trust me, it will quickly be a distant memory to him, whether he was voted first team, second team, third team, no team, Player of the Year. J.J. truly wants to win, and it shows in how he plays.
And just quickly on Skylar, the same thing, being Defensive Player of the Year and getting that recognition. It's your first time having Defensive Player of the Year in Mountain West.
I'm very happy for Skylar. People like to nitpick, and most often they like to talk about all the things that they don't like. Human nature. And if I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Skylar can't shoot a free throw. Skylar doesn't score. Skylar's not being a productive addition to the team. When we know that he is, to see him get the shot block record and then be voted the Defensive Player of the Year, I'm happy for Skylar. I think it's a well-deserved recognition for what he does for his team. He makes us better. He allows us to guard harder on the ball, knowing that if we sometimes get beat, he'll be back to protect and help.
Go ahead. Sky, what are your thoughts on being Defensive Player of the Year? I think you're the first, at least in the Mountain West era, for San Diego State to win that, and maybe the first in school history.
It's real big, I'm honored and I'm blessed, I'm real thankful for the opportunity to just come out here and be able to play with my teammates, and I'm just real happy for our accomplishments overall as a team, and I just think it's a real great honor.
Sky feeling way.
They don't know that.
Sky, speaking to that and the team effort, can you just talk about what that means in terms of your overall team defense and what you've accomplished this year?
Well, that's what we stand for as a team. We're all about our defense, and like when the freshmen first come in, that's what they get taught first, and everyone kind of buys into that, and that's where our success comes from. So it's just a testament of what we're all about.
Aqeel or JJ, obviously you guys have another shot at Boise. How do you guys sort of stay focused, knowing that you've got to win 2 games to get to them, or you have a chance to get to them?
You always take everything game by game. You never look forward, because the game ahead of you is the most important one, like Coach Fish always says. But that would be nice to see him again. I don't want to talk about no futuristic stuff, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, like you said, just take it game by game. I think it's easy for us seniors to do that. We're trying to prolong the process as long as possible because we don't want it to end. So we're real excited about our next game, whoever that may be. But hopefully the opportunity presents itself. But we're just taking it one day at a time.
You played both these teams very recently. Does that change anything in the approach? Does it make it harder because you beat both of them twice already?
I don't think so. We prepare the same way. Watch film on both games that we just had with them. So it doesn't change nothing. Just got to stay focused.
JJ, obviously you had a lot of offensive success personally at UNLV. Do you trade that to hold a team under 50? I mean, is that important to you guys?
If it means that we'll win, then yeah, definitely so. We won both our games against UNLV and Nevada. So I'm happy that we won, no matter how many points I scored. But if I have to sacrifice scoring 22 to win, then yeah, I'm going to do that for sure.
You guys look at this tournament as maybe being more open in previous years. In last year's, it's almost always been you and New Mexico in the final. You have a whole lot of the teams that could make it there. Maybe you can start with that, Aqeel. Is it a pretty wild field and a lot of teams that could maybe do something?
Yeah, I think it's like that going into every March tournament. I mean, everybody wants to make the tournament, and everybody's going to be fired up and focused. So you got to expect everybody's best shot. Everybody wants to win. I mean, March Madness, you've been looking at it since you was a little kid. And when you're in the moment and those bright lights and the fans and you with your teammates, that's all you can think about. So I don't think it's as easy to win come March.
Anything else for the student athletes?
I'll ask it. What was I going to say? Ask anything. The way that this tournament is set up with 3 games in 3 days, some teams have played 4 and 4. But do you think you guys have an advantage because of your depth, the way your team is set up? You guys always have done well in these 3 days tournaments, but whether it's an exempt event or the conference tournament. But are you guys set up maybe differently than the teams that give you that advantage if you have that success?
Yeah, we're set up pretty nicely. I mean, you got 10 guys that can hoop. So when somebody's not having a good night or somebody doesn't have it, it's always somebody that comes off the bench and puts in, chips in. It is nice to have a lot of people that could play because, say, Sky, me, or JJ, or any of the starters who play a lot of minutes, we could rest and then we could focus on the next game. Or it's just cool to have 10 guys that can hoop.
Sky, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, you know, in the this year compared to the past, you know, Coach Fitz kind of changed up how he does his subs, and it's kind of been larger quantities, and that's kind of it's kind of like really helped as a team because everybody could pitch in and put in the parts in, like AQ said. So you know, when you have that many guys that could play, it just always gives you a better chance for success because it's always one person who's going to have a good game.
Do you feel personally fresher and have better legs than maybe you have in the past because you've had your minutes, really haven't had to play too many heavy minutes?
Sort of, yeah. You know, throughout my career, you know, I've never had like a crazy amount of minutes. I've always kind of shared them, and so I would say so. Yeah, you know, it's the end of the year, and my legs aren't dead tired. You know, I still feel good, and I just have that natural end of the year energy anybody should have if you love basketball and you're excited to play. So yeah, I would say so.